secret. Come here. Come a little bit closer. My guilty pleasure is that song Fireflies by Owl City.
Would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies.
Don't tell anyone. Sorry for interrupting the program, but two things. First off, this chair was actually part of a 3-piece set for a kink Airbnb type place that opened in San Antonio. I kept meaning to get like a money shot picture of the chair set up at the place, but it never happens. But I'll drop a link in the description. Second thing, this video's been ready for several months, and later on in the video I mention when I did the narration on it. For context, it is now June of 2024, and yeah, that's just how long I've been sitting on this video. So all right, carry on. We're gonna build a Victor's chair. I don't know why it's called a Victor's chair. I don't know who the hell Victor was. I did look into it. I researched it for a few minutes and then got frustrated, gave up because I got shit to do. Now, Victor's chair, it's an upright chair with kind of a open seat. That way you can administer any type of genital torture. And sometimes there's an attachment for like a violet wand to go up underneath it, but I didn't build that attachment for this. The customer didn't ask for it. This is not to be confused with a queening chair, which tends to be a lot more shorter, tends to be a little bit shorter. That way those that are sitting upon it can be pleasured orally, or they can use the restroom on someone's head that's in it. We're doing the Victor's chair this time. I have been talking to some people about making a queening chair or queening stool, but that's a project for another time. So let's get this shit going. I'm starting by building the back of the chair first, and it's gonna be about 6 feet tall. So I'm gonna use 4x4s basically for all 4 legs in the back, just so this thing can be super stout. I wanted to give it a point at the very top. Use a technique that a lot of spoon carvers will use, where they'll take their squared blank and they'll draw the profiles, to the top profile and the side profile. They'll cut the side, then glue the pieces back on, and then cut the top, and then end up having the whole thing come out. So I use that to get the point. And then my life is currently a series of half-lap joints, especially if you saw the last video. Getting pretty good at this shit, I'd like to say. With the uprights built, I go ahead and make a cross bracing that will also act as a ledge for the back of the seat. It will also have the backrest coming off of it. So I wanted to have multiple tie-off points. So what I did is I took aluminum round stock and built bars in between the uprights and the backrest. I'm using aluminum round stock, and anytime you buy it, it's got a dull finish. So I found a technique via the University of YouTube on the best way to polish it. You take some WD-40, spray it down, then take some 4/0 steel wool and then run it up and down the length of it to kind of clean it up, and then you take a paper towel to basically clean off the WD-40. And I don't know if this picture really shows the best, but the one on the bottom is the one that just got polished up. It looks a lot better in real life, so pictures don't do it any justice, man. After they're all polished, it's time to cut them down to shape. With it being aluminum, I can use the miter saw. It makes it real quick. And here you can see it mocked up. Then I have to rough out the little sides where it was cut. That way it'll fit into the slots that I end up drilling into the uprights and into the backrest. Then it's time to mark all the holes and get everything lined up. Now, this was a painstaking task to make sure that every one of these holes was perfectly lined up, perfectly centered, because I knew if one of them was off, it would just stick out like a sore thumb. I ended up having to have Ms. Penguin come out and help me line everything up, because I'd start getting one side nailed down and then the other side would pop up and then vice versa, so I needed her help. Then I finally just busted out with these big ass clamps and cranked it all down. And it came out lovely. You gotta tape all these bitches up and get them ready for paint later on. And now we build the front legs. You know what's kind of funny is, actually by this point in any of my videos, most people have fallen off, so no one like really gets this far into them. And that's fine, so that's the reason why I'm not even gonna fucking talk about what I'm doing anymore and just fucking shoot the shit with y'all. So, I mean, fuck it, you know, there's probably 2 or 3 of y'all that'll see this. If you do, help me out and drop something in the comments. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this narration on New Year's Day 2024. For context, it is now June, so you can drop down there New Year's Eve, or Happy New Year's Eve, or whatever. Happy New Year's. Yeah. You know what? Like, most of the time, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing when I'm building this shit. Like, if you'd have told me 4 years ago I'd be building furniture like this and some of the other stuff that I've been doing, I'd fucking laugh at you. Like, nah. It's just, it blows my mind how much I've learned, how much I've figured out, and just how much I've kind of progressed. I mean, I'm nowhere near like a lot of woodworkers that I really admire. You know, I think that's the thing, is that as long as you're always in the pursuit of learning and just kind of pushing yourself, then you just are going to keep getting better. So I mean, to anyone out there that's trying something new, don't give up. Fucking push through it. You'll figure it out. Passion does drive a lot of that. Well, let me show you some shit that I'm also working on. Look, yeah, I still got to flex my artistic endeavor. So I routed it out, and then I'm going to backfill it with resin, do like an inlay. But then also I've been, you know, it's like a pup hood mask. This will be the same thing, except, you know, like I'll choose, you know, red or blue or whatever color to kind of fill it in. I've been doing kink stuff, building kink stuff for so long that it's just kind of like, yeah, it's cool, and I still enjoy it, but it's gotten pretty monotonous. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody that has supported us, and we're still going to keep doing it. But I still need to be able to flex my artistic creativity, because at the beginning of it all, I mean, I started out as an artist. Yeah, that's why I'll just keep like pushing shit and keep trying to do stuff and trying to make some new things, do different things, and try to keep the tedium at bay. But that's why I love projects like this Victor's chair, because it's something completely different I haven't done before. It's something that I really get to flex my creative juices. You must. Also, I do have a video on some stirrups that I made coming out. That'll be later, whenever I get around to it. And then also a collapsible pillory, which I just built and delivered last night. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for checking shit out. Thanks for always being there. And I appreciate the hell out of it. And until next time, peace. And then I go ahead and install the backrest using the cross bracing, and then, yeah, fuck. And sturdy. And then you'll see how I bridge the upper parts of the backrest. The fucking fuck. You should fucking say what you're doing. That's all you gotta do. Just fucking say what you're doing.